I'm freaking the hell out of me. Relax down, I talked to myself in my heart and nodded a little to relax myself. I was taken to the room. My feet were so heavy to move. The condition of my heart was not to be told. As the door of the room opened, roses smelled directly into my, making me smile. I stepped in and looked at the room, which was so huge and so beautiful. Its simple interior, blue and white curtains, a white carpet floor, with that combination of both color, was making the room more beautiful. My eyes fell on the bed, and my breath stuck in my chest. A circular bed. I was in tow now. I turned to see Jimin, who was hiding his smile. I looked at the back wall of the bed, which was beautifully printed with a dark blue color, and a huge picture of my husband were fixed there. He was riding a horse. My eyes were stuck on him. He is all yours, brother-in-law. Jimin, this time, and I blushed. Come on, boy, sit on this beautiful bed. Jimin said and made me sit on the bed. I was made to sit on the center of the bed, which was beautifully decorated with roses. Actually, the whole room was decorated with roses. Candlelights were making them more romantic. Bunches of roses were everywhere I could see. I'm going to send you a groom, Jimin said, and I looked down. After all, while giggling, I was there seated with so much nervousness. My heart was against my chest. My body was heated up while my hands were freezing. I was feeling in my stomach. My tongues and lips got dry. Where am I stuck? I asked myself and started twisting my finger with each other in nervousness. I was really freaking out. What he's going to say and what I am going to answer. I was just sitting there like a dumb who was getting nervous on the coming situation. I stand up. When I heard the door open, I immediately lowered my head. I bind my fingers with each other and closed my eyes firmly. I felt the bed dip, and then again the voice which I heard in the bridal room of that marriage hall. He said, and my body stiffened. Son, what are you doing here? Go, Tyung is waiting, Mom said, and I looked at her. I didn't guard or I answer her. I just keep seated there and keep eating ice cream. I look up and saw my whole family was gathered at me, but I didn't pay attention on them and again start eating my favorite ice cream. Cook, someone grabbed my ice cream ball and I look up to see my sweet Jimin. What are you doing? He asked. I'm having my ice cream. Can't you see? I said and grabbed my ice cream ball from his hand. I start eating again and I heard a lot of sound. I look up and saw my whole family took seat in front of me. I saw Namjoon trying to hide his smile, and Jehov was already laughing, and Jimin and you were looking at me disappointedly. What are you guys doing? I asked. John, now you have to tell him where he should be now, Mom said, and I again looked down at the ball I was holding and turned to the television. I was enjoying ice cream and watching the match. I was feeling their gaze on me. I know, they must all watching, not but glaring at me, because I should be there in the room with my bride, but I'm here like a stupid who was enjoying a stupid ice cream instead of knowing his bride, but actually not ready. And truly, I was freaking out. I was getting nervous. No, why would I? I said and again fixed my eyes on the television. Because it's your wedding night and you're here to enjoy your stupid ice cream. I turned the voice and see Namjoon on the right side saying all this to me. Come on, Cook. It's your wedding night and Theung is waiting for you. And you're here with this stupid match and ice cream. Jungkook snapped a bowl of ice cream from my hand. Exactly. It's your wedding night, stupid. Your bride is waiting for you. And you're seated here, Yoongi said and I signed. Get up now. Jimin held my hand and made me stand up. Don't be nervous, because he's more nervous than you. Jimin whispered in my ear and I just smiled. Go. I want my both son and son-in-law smiling and happy, Mom said and I nodded. I slowly walked toward my room. Strange feelings were knocking my heart. I was feeling strange, nervousness, or, come on, Jungkook, you're John Jungkook. You can never be nervous. Just don't be nervous. Just the same room of yours. I talked to myself and nodded. I took a deep breath and put my hand on the knob to open it. I stepped in and my eyes landed on the figure seated on that circular bed. I closed the door and took a deep breath. Relax, deep breath, I said to myself, and sat on the bed in front of him. I felt the body stiff. My eyes moved down to his hand, which were tightly, and I smiled. Jimin truly said that. He is more nervous than I am. I greeted him and waited for him to say something, or at least answer to it, but he didn't say anything. There was all silent. I built confidence to myself. My heart is beating as the beautiful black. Hi, how are you? I asked and mentally palmed myself on my question. How idiot I am. His eyes slowed down on my voice and I saw him, his eyes shivering. I smiled a little. On his lips, can you start from the top? I asked and he looked up. Come on. It was my wedding night and I was going to spend my whole life with this boy. So I have to feed that awkwardness, silence between us. This nervousness, awkwardness, I have to vanish it. And for it first, I have to be frank with him. So I thought start the conversation normally. I saw him looking up at my question and I smiled. I sat up completely relaxed and looked down at his beautiful face. Hi, I'm Jungkook. I said and bring my hand forward to shake with him. They look at me and then at my hand. I could feel his getting nervous. And the second layer, I heard him. Theon. I held his hand happily. His hand was so soft and wrinkled and was perfectly fit in my hand. I just keep holding his hand. It's really nice to meet you, Theon, I said, still holding his hand. They just nodded and again lowered his head. I started thinking what to say further, how to start a conversation with him. Again, I wanted to talk to him, to hear his sweet voice, but he was all quiet. So, are you happy about our marriage? Are you happy? I asked, and his eyes lowered down. God, why he's so silent? And again he nodded his head. Why can't he use his voice to answer me? Listen, Theon, I said, and he looked up. I thought to talk clearly now. It was our life, and we both were going to share with each other. So, to live with each other, you have to be frank first, for all that each other. We are married. Now, you know that this marriage is completely arranged. We are tied in that relationship, and we are going to share our life, our every moment, our day and night with each other. So we can't live like this, right? I mean, I want you to be frank with me so I can hear you and you can talk to me freely without any hesitation. I hope you're understanding, I asked, and they again nodded. God, this boy, and he's nodding. And one more question, I said and again nodded his head. And he took his tongue between his lips, making me laugh. I saw him smiling too. So just relax and be friendly with me, I said. And I said and paused. I looked him and waiting for him to continue. I leaned closer, holding his hand, and saw Theon stop his breath. I just keep moving and leaned to his ear. About love, I'm dying to fall in love with you, I whispered in his ear, which made him shiver. I moved back and saw his face, which was so red as beetroot. I smiled and moved back, one halfway on the bed in front of him. But for now, just be friends until we fall for each other, I said, and his lips formed into a best smile I have ever seen. God, just relax. Feel free. This is your room too, I said, and giving him comfort. Thank you. Wow, thank God you say something, I said and got up. They just smiling and keep looking down. I looked down our hands, which were still holding. I didn't leave his hand, and he also didn't try to free it. It was the best moment, which was string on my heart. I just kept looking at our hands, which were looking so beautiful and perfect. Moment passed, and I just keep feeling that warmth of his small hand of mine. The eyes were on me, and I nodded. You took off your jewelry. I served your dinner. I said, and look at his beautiful face. I squeezed his hand slowly, leaving it. I missed it, the warmth of his hand next to mine. I was about to get up, and they voice stopped me. You didn't mind? They asked, and I turned to him. About what? I asked. Dad, I say I'm feeling hungry, so I thought that you didn't mind. They replied, and I smiled because he talked nonsense. Stop at least. Yes, I mind. I said, and his eyes smited. That how can you think like that? Why would be I angry if you're feeling hungry? I said and saw him getting relaxed. Now don't think too much and come. And actually, I'm also feeling so hungry. I said and chuckled. They smiled widely and I got up from there. I took off that upper coat and I folded the sleeve of my forearms to sit on the sofa. Come, I'm taking out the food, I said and looked at Tae, who was still seated in the same position. I saw him taking that earring out of his ear. My hand stopped on the ball I was going to take. My eyes were fixed on Tae, who was busy in taking off his jewelries. I forgot to blink. I was watching Tae. I was seated there like a statue. The beauty was in front of me, and I forget everything. Everything. I saw his cheeks were getting red. As he noticed my gaze on him, I saw him taking all the jewelries in his hand, which was shivering. It was too shivering under my gaze, but I didn't move my eyes or blink because I was not able to. Is beauty really? Where should I keep them? His voice bring me out of that gazing. Don't you think I'm gazing too much today? Huh? I started on the voice and cleared my thought to speak. On the dressing table. I pointed toward the dressing table. They nodded, and slowly his foot went down to the bed, and my eyes were stuck on his beautiful feet, which were looking so beautiful. He walked to the dressing table and opened a drawer to put that jewelry in it. Jungkook, come to your sense. I scrolled myself as my eyes were all the time following him. I forget where I was and what I was about to do. They turned to me and I looked at the food plate in front of me. I started taking our meal in the plate were placed in front of me. I saw Tae coming closer to me. They stepped in front of the table. Come, sit, I said and moved a little, make space for him next to me. I saw Tae coming to the sofa and sit next to me. I couldn't feel that hesitation, but I just wanted it to fade away, and I just keep myself be friendly. But he didn't just answer and keep playing with his finger. I know Jimin did this. He's very naughty, I said, which brought a smile on his lips. So, shall we? I asked and he nodded. We both slowly sat, having our meal, or the same plate which was placed in between us. On the sofa, I saw him eating slowly, while his eyes were all the time on the ground. He must be tired. Change, and then we'll sleep, I said, and they got up. My clothes, they asked and turned around. For a second I lost in looking at his beautiful face, but then brought myself back from gazing at him. Your clothes are in the closet. You can take, I said, and they nodded again. They slowly walked to the closet. As he opened the closet, I saw his eyes winded. This, they said, and I smiled. My mom, she is crazy for his son-in-law. So all these clothes were you, from your mother-in-law, I said, and they who was surprised to see that closet filled with beautiful dresses. I saw they taking a simple sleeping suit for white color, and I signed. So they was going to the washroom. My eyes fell on the laptop of mine, and I got to remember that I have to apply the tender. They owe you change, and I hope you won't mind me using my laptop. Actually, I have some work, I said, and they just nodded. I took my laptop and opened it hurriedly. I started checking my mails my secretary sent me, who worked on the wedding night. I heard him whisper, which made me look up at him. He was still standing in front of the door of the bathroom and talking to him myself. I smiled looking at him. Dear wife, enough to talk to you yourself, I said, and make this started. I'm shutting down my laptop. Is it okay now? I said and closed my laptop and placed it on the table again. No, I mean, you can do your work. I was just, they shuddered and I smiled looking at him. It's okay. It's our wedding night, right? I shouldn't open my office work now. I said and they nodded. You go and change, I said and they entered the washroom. I smiled and rested my head on the back of the sofa and closed my eyes. I was smiling while closing my eyes when I heard they screamed. My eyes snapped open and I saw them running to me still yelling. And in the second time they jumped in my lap, wrapping his arm around my neck and placed his feet on the sofa. His eyes were closed tightly, while his arms were tightly around my neck. As they heard them scream, both jumped with a happiness and high five with each other. John and Mehak were started on the scream of Taeyoung. Yoongi and Namjoon were also were, and all the family members were tense as why Taeyoung was yelling. Why the only those who two were started relaxed with a mischievous grin on their face. Namjoon took a step toward Jungkook's room and then stopped. He turned to them and glared at them, who was hiding their smile. Jimin, Jiho, what you did? Namjoon asked and going closer to him. All burst out into a non-stop laughter. Everyone's eyes narrowed at him. What? They asked in union. What did he do? Ahek asked, coming closer to him. Relax, Mom. We just made the night romantic for them. Jimin said, See, Taeyoung is not screaming now. Jacob said, and they all nodded, that Taeyoung was not yelling now. By the way, what you did that made Taeyoung to scream? You asked. We did something that will bring them closer. At least both will come out of their hesitation and will talk to each other freely. Jimin answered.